Hey, what's up filmmaker? Today we're talking about 3 creative gimbal moves and how to execute them so you can apply them on your next video shoot. And the gimbal I use in the example footage is the Feiyu Scorp Mini, which is a very small lightweight gimbal. But don't worry, even if you don't use the exact same gimbal, these tips will apply to most of the gimbals out there as well. And we will also see the capabilities of this gimbal in terms of stabilization and smoothness with a medium-sized mirrorless camera. And in this video I won't go through the specific facts of this gimbal because I already made a video about the price, the payload, etc. about this gimbal. So if you are interested in that, check out this video somewhere up there, I think in the info card. And the camera I used on this gimbal was the A7S3, which is this one here, but without the cage because this gimbal was not capable of carrying all the weight. And also this 24-70 lens was way too heavy for it. So I used either my 35mm here or my 55mm from Sony's side. Alright, so let's dive right into it. So the first shot is the so-called establishing shot. I mostly used this kind of shot to, like the name already says, to establish a location, and also sometimes my subject, as you can see here in this shot. And this shot is pretty easy to do. So first of all, make sure you put your gimbal in PTF mode, which is the pan, tilt, follow mode, where you can use all axes except the roll axis. And I would recommend you to set the focus on manual and first position your end shot so you can focus on the building, the location, or whatever you want to. And from there go a couple steps backwards where you want to start the shot. And then you hold your gimbal like me and just tilt down while you walk forward to that end position you defined before, where everything should be in focus. Just make sure you use the secret ninja walk in all these shots. Alright, next shot is more artsy and can look very cool in your shot, and it's called the Vortex Shot. And this shot can look very unique. What I like about this gimbal is you can actually set the auto rotate mode, so the gimbal will rotate automatically in 360 degrees or 180 degrees, whatever you dial in the settings. But for example, on my DJI RS2, I can just push the joystick in one direction and it will roll as long as I hold it. So actually the same movement again. You just have to hold your gimbal a little bit more towards the model or the subject and make sure autofocus is on so you can focus on the subject in the middle. This movement will add a lot of dynamic to your shots. Okay, next and last shot for today is the orbit shot. And also, as the name already says, you orbit around your subject. Just make sure your gimbal is in PF mode and then pretend like you have a rope around your subject and your feet or your belly actually, and rotate around your subject. But you can also make steps forwards or backwards if you want to give it even more dynamic, but this will be a little bit more difficult. And my tip to get a very smooth orbit shot is to start with the orbit already before you even record. So you have a little bit more room before and after the shot, because your first 1 or 2 seconds will not be smooth, especially when you shoot vertical. It's even more difficult to hold the subject in the middle. And for the orbit shot, you want to have the subject as much as possible in the middle to give that parallax effect to the background. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this short video and also learned something from it. If you have any further questions, please let me know down in the comments, and also let me know what kind of video you want to see next, because I want to put out as much valuable content out there as possible for you guys to help you to elevate your videography or photography skills. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider to subscribe to my channel. That would help me a ton and put out more videos like this. So that's it for today. I will catch you in the next video.